I didn't fully charge this thing up. Okay. This is an Armada. Oh, good God. Fucking hell. I don't know how much this thing weighs. Yeah, this is an Armada 1750 from 1998, I think. 1998. I don't really know. Yeah, I charged it up a couple of days ago, I think a week ago, and this thing I think has issues. It has issues that the display panel seems to freak the fuck out after some period of time. I do not know whether this is a actual fault with the panel itself or more so the cable that connects via the actual LCD panel over to the main board, or is a software issue, driver issue. I don't really know. I'm gonna find out though, because I was randomly using the computer, and all of a sudden it started showing off, like I started seeing artifacting, then it started showing lines, and then eventually the screen went white. When the screen goes white, typically that's like a signification that the backlight is still working, but there's no picture to display on the monitor itself most of the time. So yeah, and that was when I was in Windows. So we're gonna see how it really is when I am booted to the setup. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open up the lid. This requires 2 hands, so and yeah, this is it. So let's see if it powers on. Okay, and I think the setup key is, I don't really know, is it F10, F9, F2, F1, F2? It seems to be doing something. Okay, so we'll leave it there and we'll see if it fucks up. In the meantime, what we're gonna do is that we have this Dell. This is a Optiplex 4310. Not Optiplex. That's an Optiplex. This is a Latitude. This is a Latitude E4310. What the fuck? God damn it. And it works. Only issue with it really is that the battery, it's fucking dead. It's done for. I could probably buy a replacement if I wanted to. And there's no hard drive. So yeah, no hard drive, but it still has the caddy though. So yeah, so if I were to there we go. So you see, there's the hard drive bay. Where the hell's the caddy? There it is. And this is the caddy cover, along with the screws. If it. Okay, borrow. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna get a hard drive. Thankfully, I have tons right here. And we're gonna see if any of them I can use. These are PETA drives, right? I think so. That's PETA. That's, what the fuck is this then? Oh, this is PETA too. Okay. So this drive belongs to my T60. This drive belongs. It has a 40 gig drive. Fucking hell. And that's for the D820. Okay, so that's the D820 original install. That capacity is too tiny, and this hard drive is not even compatible whatsoever. This is a, what the hell is this? Oh, okay. It's a 5 gig garbage IBM drive. This is a 4 gig travel star, I think. Yes, it's a 4.86 gigabytes, 5 just rounded up. This is, what the hell is this? This is, oh, okay, it's 500. I think this belonged to a, what is this? Show the fucking garbage. Does it show the fucking manufacturer date? Date 2012. 2012. Then, you know, I don't think. You know what? I'm gonna find out what's inside it then. I don't know what the hell's inside it. So, I'm gonna... Actually, I don't even have my screwdriver set. Shit. You know what I should do instead? I'm gonna get my adapter. And I'm gonna have to get Dell power supply as well. The only one I have hooked up is the older type with the stupid little connector. This little bullshit right here that Dell used to use. Dell doesn't use that on this type of computer. They use the newer barrel jacks, the same one that HP used to use back then. But for some bullshit reason, despite them being the same voltage, amperage, same specification, same plug, it literally fits. A Dell power supply would not work on an HP machine, and a HP power supply will not exactly per se work on a Dell machine. You see, the difference would be if you were to plug in a Dell power supply into an HP, the HP would refuse to even recognize the adapter. But if you were to plug it, if you were to do the opposite, the HP would recognize, no, if the Dell would recognize the HP adapter, but it will, what the hell am I actually trying to fucking say here? Okay, look, what I'm trying to say is that if you use a Dell power supply on an HP machine, it wouldn't even detect it. It wouldn't even detect it at all. But if you were to use a Dell, no, if you were to use an HP power supply on a Dell, the Dell would detect it, but it would refuse to charge from it. And from there, that would also mean that the computer would keep bitching all the time, saying, okay, well, you know, I don't see a Dell authorized power supply, and upon that, it will run the computer in a crippled mode because it thinks that there is something potentially wrong with the power supply. In other words, it's some bullshit little retarded measure that Dell decided to implement on their PCs, ranging from around 2000, and they started using the newer barrel jack from around 2004, 2003, over up until I think possibly around 2015. Because I think that's when they switched over to the much newer, tinier barrel jack. Either way, some bullshit that I'm off tracking. Compact still seems to be fine for now, so we're gonna see. I'm gonna have to get the shit, and I'm gonna have to see what to do from here. So, yeah, I have this piece of shit powered on, but we're gonna be using this computer to see. So yeah, okay. So I have retrieved even more hard drives. These are more SATA drives. That's the one I'm planning on checking. This is more. These are all SATA. Yeah, they're all SATA. Okay. And this is the stupid adapter right here. So I'm gonna find out. Oh Lord Almighty. So we're gonna move this shit. That's where I have all my connectors. So let me do this. See? Okay. Fucking hell. This one leads to, that is an HP. This one is for a, I'm fucking up. This is a, okay, that's for the Dell. So if that is for the Dell, we're going to unplug that because we don't need it. Okay. And then if I attempt to sort these wires right here. See, this is why I have the other computer powered on, because this is one of these bullshit eco-friendly power bars that only powers everything else if the master is powered on, and the master is this stupid Optiplex. So yeah, I'm gonna plug this into the 3.0 port. So you got it right first try. Okay. And we could switch off the lamp here. God. Okay. What the fuck? No. That's a SATA. Yeah, that's the SATA. Oh, Lord Almighty. Maybe I should, because we don't want to step on this while it's reading it. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Now I should find it. It's just titled GTA. What the fuck? Why is it assigned to the D drive? It's a bootcamp drive. Oh, okay then. Oh, I understand now. Okay. Now I know. Now I know. So, we don't want to use this drive, because I'm going to be taking, like, how much? Oh, God, I don't want to be backing up that much shit. You see, it only detects the two NTFS or FAT32 partitions. There's a HFS partition as well that the computer obviously doesn't see. If I were to pop into disk management, if I can type in properly with one hand, it should show me uninitialized partitions, or yeah. So you see, it shows up as I'm gonna zoom here. You can see it shows up as a 250 gigabyte healthy partition. That is my HFS plus partition, and then these are the bootcamp partitions. And you can see I reserved an entire partition just to install GTA on it. Now, this was on a 2010 MacBook, GTA 5 on a 2010 MacBook. I guess I must have been doing this because I want to see how fucking awful it actually run it. Maybe because I'm a dumbass. I don't know. I am a dumbass, but yeah. Okay. So we're going to. I'm gonna eject that because let me free up some space here. Fucking garbage. There we go. And I'm gonna. Yeah. We're gonna try the other hard drive then. I'm gonna keep doing this shit until I find one that's clear. Okay, so I'm looking at this hard drive. I already rolled out a couple. There's one candidate right there. That's the Hitachi. There's another Hitachi drive. HGST. I don't even think they exist anymore. Like, because I think that's supposed to stand for Hitachi Global Storage Technology. I don't fucking know, man. Regardless, this is an older Hitachi drive. So this is an 80 gig drive, 7200 RPM. I wouldn't want to use it, but I don't know what the hell is in it, so I'm gonna find out. I think I have. Shit. I think I have an idea as to what this hard drive could contain, but I'm not 100% sure though. So I'm gonna find out. If it is what I think it is exactly what I think it is. Okay. So, I'm not even gonna bother dismounting that on Windows, because why the fuck should I? Fuck off now. So, for people who are wondering what the hell does a hard drive contain, I'll tell you this. It contains proprietary Verizon stuff. You see, that was pulled out of a Verizon corporate laptop. And Verizon, they encrypted the drive, and it has a, you know, obviously the drive encryptions. You won't be able to properly mount it unless you put in the appropriate credentials for the encryption. So this was pulled out of a HP Compact 6910P I have. In fact, that's the one that's under this Tecra M8. This is an M9, not an M8. This thing. So our only contender would be this 320 HGST. That's it. Because if I remember, this has a Server 2012 R2 install. And yeah, it has an install that I could give less of a shit about. So I'm going to I'm gonna initialize. Okay, well, I'm gonna check the drive one more time. Actually, no, I don't have to because I did that around a month ago. I'm gonna initialize it, and then we're gonna install Windows 7 on the drive. For the billionth time, I'm gonna install Windows 7. So yeah. So I installed the hard drive into this thing, and yeah, I installed the hard drive. There's one screw I'm missing, so as if that fucking matters. So I'm gonna have to retrieve the power supply. So that's a Toshiba. This is an IBM. What the fuck is this? This is a oh, that's an HP. This is a newer HP. This is another HP. That's a Lenovo. Okay. That's another Toshiba. Okay, I found one. Actually, there was literally one right here. What the fuck, man? I'm blind as shit. And what the fuck is this? This is a PA. Oh, no. That's 65 watts. Fuck that. We're gonna go with 90 watts. This is a 90 watt one. Right? Yeah, it is. Okay. I think this thing could actually run on 90 watts, not on 65 watts, but I'd rather not risk it. So, we're gonna... Oh, and I have it all neatly... Jesus Christ. So, we're gonna hook it up. Upon that, I'm going to have to... Oh, fuck me. I'm going to have to write a Windows 7 installer. Okay. Because I don't have any... I'm not installing it by DVD. Hell no, I'm not doing that. Okay. Okay. So... this time I have this thing hooked up on a tripod. Oh shit, man. This is now really starting to look like a fucking Ricardo Lopez tape. Holy shit. That's not my intention. Okay. Anyways. What the fuck? Did I press... Yeah, okay, bro. Anyways, thing is, since I haven't powered it on in a very long time, it's giving me an error telling me that no time and date has been set. So we're gonna set the time and date. Battery needs to replace. Yeah, I know that, bro. Okay, so we're gonna change this USB device on the top, CD drive second priority, and internal. The hard drive is set to the Intel Rapid Restore technology bullshit. We do not want that. So we're gonna change that. That is not there. That is in system configuration, SATA operation. We want it AHCI. Okay, AHCI, not radon, because that kind of fucks up things. If we wanted to install XP, we could set this ADA. So the time and date, it is the 11th. Fucking move this shit. It is the 11th. You can see me. It is the 11th of the 26th? I think it's the 26th. Let me check this. Yeah, it is the 26th. Okay. 26, 2025. And it is... I think it's 2:10. Because the computer... That computer has the wrong time. So it is 2, I'm gonna assume it's 2:10, 2 p.m. Okay, there we go. And I don't think I have anything else to change here. I don't think so. Over here, boot sequence. I don't think so. Latitude on. Yeah, bro. Nope. Oh, no. Hyper-threading. Post operation. Okay. Yeah, everything all seems normal. So we will fuck off out of it. and I think it is F12 to access the boot selector. So I'm gonna see. It's gonna load. Hello? I don't think it wants to cooperate. You fucking bitch. Come on. This fucking piece of shit. F12. F12. Oh my fucking god. Okay. Legacy boot via the USB boot device. What? What? Oh, now it's... What the shit? Why the fuck did it power it off? Okay, fine, we're gonna touch it. What do you do? It takes me to the setup. What? No. You fucking... What the fuck is this piece of shit doing? Somehow things are already fucking up. How the hell is that even possible? Maybe it's just a fluke. Okay, now we're in business. Yeah. Windows is loading files. I would assume that this thing is picking up. Maybe I should. Well, not to me, to the... There. You see? Windows 7. Huh. Probably one of the only 1 or 2 good versions that Microsoft ever made. Anyways, so... Yes, next. Install. It's like some grime near the RFID. What the fuck is this? I don't have any cloth with me. Yep, I accept. Custom, so you can see there's all this shit. It even detects the external drive, which is... I don't think it should be doing that, but... we're gonna erase it all. So, yep. Erase that. Yep. Create a new. Full size. I would think so. I don't think we will be dual booting. I don't think I will want to. Maybe not. Like, you know, there isn't really a lot of options. There's Windows 7. There's Linux. I don't want to install Linux distro on this thing. Like, what? I don't think there's any interesting ones I would want to install. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. So, I think we're just gonna stick with Windows 7. Because, yeah, I don't have anything else. I don't even have any other sticks with me that would install. That's why I want to waste my time with Rufus again. Oh, fucking no. Whatever. If we want to install anything, we can partition the drive afterwards and gparted. There's even some Linux distros that do that for you automatically. So we're gonna do this bullshit. Obviously, for people who have seen the Windows setup a billion times before, this is nothing new. This is like the most mundane Windows install ever. You know, you literally click next. That's it. You just click next, 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 and then that's it. There's nothing else. There is literally nothing else. That you yeah. So I'm gonna cut it. Okay, so it's finishing up. Oh my god. That thing took... I wouldn't say it took a long time, but what I am saying is that, you know, you get used to when you are not using a hard drive. Yes. Because... So... I'm just gonna wait for it to boot. It should boot. I'm gonna skip the... If you want to put the USB part. Yep. Starting Windows. Yeah. Setup is updating registry settings. You know what? I can still somehow read that. You know what? Maybe Dr. Mayer isn't that right. Or maybe it's because I have went through this fucking installer so many goddamn times to the point where I can even read it, despite me being fucking blind. Setup is starting services. So, I do not know whether this thing has the proper driver, the video driver already. I don't think so. This thing, unlike the E4300, which uses the GMA M4500 MHD, this thing uses the HD1000. Or so, I think is also sometimes referred to as M5000 or whatever the hell. I don't fucking know. It's the same garbage Intel integrated graphics. Nothing special. So, I'm gonna have to find the drivers for it online. You know what? I probably should have been doing that while I was installing this shit. Shit. Whatever. Oh my god. It's almost finished. Now this thing's acting up. What the fuck? Okay, you know, I'm gonna cut this shit. Because completing installation, motherfucker, you ain't. What the hell are you doing? You're taking forever. Completing installation. That's all the information we need right now. Your computer will restart several times during installation. It only restarts like 3 times. Well, if you count the first time. So it's really only 2, I guess. I cannot tell you how many times I have installed this stupid fucking OS. Actually, you know what? It's not that fucking stupid, because you know what? Windows 10 is so much worse. Windows 10 is a literal spawn of Satan. Fucking hate it. I run it on my main computer. This thing runs Windows 10, but oh my god, I fucking hate Windows 10. It's fucking awful. I hate it. And now Microsoft has pulled the plug on it. And it says, no bro, you gotta update to Windows 11 now. Oh my god. Windows 11 is... I have 2 computers actually that run Windows 11. I don't really use them though, because Windows 11 is fucking awful. I hate Windows 11. They completely fuck everything up. In like the earlier builds, if I remember, you couldn't even access the start manager, the task manager, via the taskbar. You had to do a Control-Alt-Delete. Like, kind of fucking retarded, kind of mental retard. I don't know what kind of retarded engineer at Microsoft who thought of that, but they did. It wasn't until later builds, I think, is when they finally added that feature back. Because, you know, why the fuck would it be... Why would they remove that? There's really no point in removing that. Oh my god, about time. Oh no, it's like... Fuck this. Oh, Jesus, Lord Almighty. You know what? I think since it can actually see my face on the camera, I think it would actually see just how fucking sleep deprived I am. You see, I don't really see the bags, eye bags, I think they call it. But I don't know. You see, when the screen flickers, that's because Windows is trying to detect the driver, a suitable driver for the video card. So, you know, obviously if this was an E4300, it would have found the driver and it would have been full resolution, which is just a standard WVGA resolution. If I remember, it's like a 1280 by 720 panel. But I think it is. I do not know what aspect ratio this thing is at. Whether it is at 1280 by 720 or 1280 by 800. Either it's 16 by 9 or 16 by 10. I don't really know. Nor does that matter either. Oh my Jesus, about time. Thank the Lord. Setup will continue after restarting your computer. Well, what the fuck are you doing? Shouldn't you be rebooting right now? Oh, about time. So after this, it would show the screen where, you know, it shows a bunch of garbage over here in this where it says starting Windows. You know, it's like you know, it shows you the registry keys as like applying garbage to, and you know, and then after that, it's gonna be like, you know, evaluating your computer's performance or something like that. You know, to test if the computer can even run the Windows Arrow. You know, Microsoft's new. Actually, what the fuck is not doing that? What? Oh, well, okay. Well, I mean, skip that part entirely, or whether that was like the first part of the restart. Either way, it's doing this bullshit. This is what I was talking about. So now it's doing the checking video performance. So you know what? We're gonna have to wear my stupid glasses for me to figure out what to type in. Windows 7 Enterprise. Well, fuck, man. I'm gonna have to pirate this copy. Okay. Anyways, what is my username? Well, obviously the username is gonna be my name. Why the hell is the stiff key? The shift key is stiff. You want to turn on stick keys? Fuck no. So my name is what the shit? The fucking track point bullshit. Point and stick is drifting. Jesus Christ, this isn't a Nintendo Switch. Fuck off, man. My name is Miguel. What is computer name? The E4300. The E4300. Okay? So, we're gonna call it Dell E4300. Okay? That would be the name. Yeah. Or, you know what? Latitude E4300. Shut the fuck up. I already know that's a complaint, that file's name. E4300. There we go. It doesn't bitch about character limit. Do you want to set a password? Why the hell should I? Next. Actually, this thing has biometrics. You wanna... Nope. Fuck you. It shouldn't. Okay. Pacific. Or mountain. And... yeah. I guess. Windows is finalizing your settings. I do not know if it has the audio drivers installed. Actually, no, it wouldn't, unless because I would have heard the stupid little chime when sticky keys came up. Either way, I'm gonna have to install the drivers. I think I still have a USB stick that comes with the drivers. I'm gonna have to find out. Unless I transferred it to another computer. Or no, that was for the E4300. Not for the E4310. I'm gonna have to re-download the drivers from Dell. Oh my god. It's enough to make someone kill themselves, I swear to god. Preparing your desktop. Oh my god, so the audio drivers actually were installed. And Windows detects that the battery's fucked too. Consider replacing your battery. Warn me if my battery may need replacement. There is a problem with your battery. So your computer might shut down suddenly. Yeah, as if I didn't figure that out. Well. Yeah, anyways, this thing has a shitty first gen Core i-Series CPU. So, yeah, it has the lowest end, an M520. I don't even know how much RAM. That was 4 gigs. Oh, Jesus. Whatever. 4 gigs of RAM. I think my E4300 has 4. No, 6, I think. So, we can unplug this shit. And, yeah. So, that's Windows 7. That's Windows 7 for you. Windows 7. Now it's time to install the drivers. Oh yes, the drivers. It gets me pumped up when I gotta install the drivers. Oh Jesus, gotta download them off Dell.com. Anyways. Okay. So what the fuck? So I downloaded the drivers. So what the hey, there we go. So I downloaded the drivers. They're on this thing right here. See, Transcend. Okay. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna install the drivers via, obviously via the USB. Yeah. I think I moved this piece of shit. You know what? Let me. See? Very easy driver install. Super easy. You want to scan and fix Transcend? Nope. Fuck off. No. So it's in this folder called E4310. We'll copy it over to our hard drive. Let's see how long it's gonna take. Well, thank God it is not gonna take a long time. 226 to 196, 168. Is the camera in a good position? I need to know. You know, I obviously don't want it to. What the fuck? I don't know. Guess I'm gonna have to be like this. Anyways, so see, these are the drivers. Now you will notice something here. I noticed it. These two are gonna be problematic because the way how Dell packages these drivers requires you to have .NET Framework already installed on the machine. I think it requires .NET Framework 4. And since this Windows 7 doesn't have that pre-installed, so if I try and run it, it's gonna bitch. So we'll go here. Yeah, you see, it's complaining about missing entry point within kernel 32. That is obviously because I don't have .NET Framework installed or whatever the hell other prerequisite bullshit. So what I should do actually is I should install .NET Framework first. So I have this box full of USBs. Yep. And in one of them, there lies a USB with a bunch of shit. I think it's my... I don't know, man. I think it's this one. I'll check it out. I'm gonna find out. Let me see. So I was actually correct. First try. There we go. So here it is, the .NET installers. So we need to install .NET 4. Yep. Extracting files. Now, this is gonna take a billion years, cause when you install .NET Framework, for some bullshit reason, it takes a billion fucking years to install. I don't know why. It does. Hell, I hope I'm installing the correct prerequisite. I'm pretty sure it is .NET, not Visual C++. I'm not. I don't know. I'll find out, I guess. Hey, you know what? I gotta verify one other thing. Let me check something here. Oh, thank God. Okay, thank the Lord. Oh my God, I thought for a second. Okay, yeah, we have Service Pack 1 installed. Because if we didn't, I'll fucking lose it. Jesus. Good God. You see the bezel here is... It's kind of fucked up. Let me see if I can show it a bit more. Not into me. Is that the correct angle? I don't think so. Oh yeah, it is. So I don't think the camera's properly picking it up. Let me zoom in more. Hello? You gonna cooperate or no? Fucking. Okay. Okay, bro, you don't want to fucking... I am talking about... Jesus Christ almighty. I'm trying to show something here. Doesn't want to cooperate. Okay, so I guess that's as good as it's gonna get. Because it doesn't want to... Okay, well actually it could see it. Jesus, I shouldn't be taking this long trying to show such a stupid, small, minuscule issue. Either way, this is an issue with the first generation E series Latitudes that Dell made. This affects the E6400, the E4300, and the E4310, and the E6410. That is before Dell switched over their design from this type of design over to a more in my opinion, kind of stupid looking design. So the issue is that the bezel starts to crack randomly. So you can see it right here that the bezel is cracked. This isn't damage caused by me. This is damage that somehow it did itself. Because when I first received this machine a couple years ago, it didn't have this. Now it does. So yeah, this is an issue with Dell machines of this generation, where the bezel just starts randomly cracking, in the corners specifically. That seems to be like where the tension points are. Either way, the thing is you know, it's not a major issue. It's just some bullshit cosmetic damage. But for me though, it's kind of annoying. And you know, it's not like it's that simple. I can remove the bezel and super glue it, the two portions together, because another stupid retarded design decision that Dell made was that not only is this thing held in by screws, obviously, you know, these rubber grommets hide the screw locations, but yeah, like I could show you, you could see these are where it hides the screws under these rubber covers. But upon that, what I consider to be incredibly fucking stupid is that Dell glued it in as well. So screws weren't enough. Dell also glued in the bezel, which is very annoying. So, for example, if you are attempting to, let's say that the panel itself was cracked, and you want to replace the panel, it's going to be kind of a pain in the ass to do so, because not only is it held in by screws, but it's held in with a very, very strong adhesive. I think it's double-sided tape. It's a literal pain in the ass to remove the bezel. It sucks. I'm not saying it's as bad as it is with the unibody MacBooks, with Apple's older unibody MacBooks. Those things, they have bezels, but the thing is that the bezels themselves are under glass. So, you know, for example, if the display panel on those things crack, then you're fucked. You cannot display that. You cannot replace the actual panel itself unless you replace the front glass, because in order for you to access the panel, you have to quite literally break it apart, the actual panel glass for you to access the actual LCD panel. Again, another retarded design decision by Apple. So it's gonna be like almost like with this thing. So if the screen itself gets fucked, you are better off replacing the entire display assembly. So you know, just like with the MacBook, you will have to replace the display assembly. This thing, you have to replace the display assembly. So I could show off an example. Fuck. Oh yeah, you know, you can see my face now. You see? Look at that, I'm a fucking idiot. Anyways, what I'm trying to say here is this. This is a display panel for a MacBook. You see, it's kind of beat up. It's a bunch of scratches and scuffs, and I don't even know what the hell that is, but yeah, either way, the point is what I'm trying to make here is that this is from a 2011 MacBook Pro. So the 2011 MacBook Pros, and starting from the 2008 unibody MacBooks, the stupid design decision that Apple made was instead of an actual bezel, see, this is where the bezel is. Maybe if I can, yeah, you see, this is where the actual bezel is on the MacBook, right here. So this is the panel. This is the the bezel. Okay. You will notice that it is not a plastic bezel. So unlike with the E4300, where the bezel itself is plastic, so despite it being a pain to actually remove the bezel because it's glued in, these things is a literal pain in the ass, and most people don't even attempt it because it's a waste of time too. Because the thing is that you would not, it's all glass. It's all glass. So in order for you to actually replace the panel itself, in order for you to replace the panel itself, you will literally have to chip away from the glass. You will have to scrape the glass out. There goes my glasses. You will have to scrape the glass out, pull it all out, just for you to access the stupid panel. Dumb. It's incredibly fucking stupid. So this is why most people just end up replacing the display panel, the display assembly, because, you know, why the hell would you want to go through the effort of having to scrape away the entire stupid glass just to replace the panel when you are much better off just replacing the entire display assembly? Because, you know, I don't think most people will want to go through that effort. I sure as hell wouldn't want to go through that effort. That's like literal fucking, that is like fucking worse than Chinese water torture right there. But that's the point I'm trying to make here, though. The point is that, you know, it's a pain in the ass. It's another retarded decision by Apple that they have done. As such with many other retarded decisions that Apple has done. So, oh wow, okay, .NET Framework finally fucking finished. So yeah, you know, this panel works. It's just that you know, it's all scuffed up, so what the shit? It's all scuffed up, and you know, I'd much rather replace it with a much nicer looking panel from a MacBook Pro that does not work. So anyways, yeah, so we were to go here, and you will notice that .NET Framework has finally installed. You see? So, yeah. So now we can finally go ahead and install the drivers. Let me make sure if this is actually the correct package I had to install. Let me see. Okay, maybe I should restart first. I'm probably coping. I swear to God, if I have to fucking install .NET Framework 5, .NET 4.5.2, not 4.0, at that point I'm fucking losing it. Man, what the hell are you doing? I look like a fucking dumbass with that face. Kind of fucking stupid facial expression and look as if it makes it look as if I have fucking Asperger's or some shit like that. Actually, I don't even know how the hell you pronounce that. I think that's how you pronounce it. Hello? What the fuck? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna start looking at this camera. I'm gonna see if it's gonna continue focusing on the subject. Which the subject is obviously this thing right here. Okay. So let's try this again. What the hell am I doing? Let's try this again. Okay. So you opt to install 452 then. I remember it's .NET Framework. Okay, I'm pretty sure it is .NET Framework that you have to install. Come on, man. Hurry the fuck up. I don't have all day. Oh my Jesus. Come on. There we go. I'm gonna cut this shit. No one wants to watch a fucking .NET Framework install. I fucking hate doing these. Okay. So I think a miracle is happening. Because would you believe it if I told you that the .NET Framework 452 installer isn't taking a long time? Which most of the time takes a very long time. I don't know. Oh, okay, here we go. Here we go. Installation has been complete. Okay. So surely it will work now, right? Come on. Bro, what the fuck? Yeah, fuck this bullshit. What the fuck does this thing need? Does this thing need a fucking stupid... Okay, fine. We'll do this. Where is it? No more fucking Mr. Nice Guy fucking complaining piece of shit. Fuck off. Okay? Yeah, shut the fuck up. Yeah. Modern. Here it is. Visual C++. I said Control V. Copy. Come on. There we go. Install all. Here's one thing we should probably do. I should disable the UAC pop-up because it is annoying. User account. Control. Yeah, you see this shit? This is annoying. This is a retarded feature that was introduced in Vista, and I fucking hate it. Ask you, are you sure that you want this? Yes, I am sure. Why the fuck do you think I clicked the user account? Control. Change. See, here it is. So this is the slider right here, okay? This is the slider for whether you want it to be ultra little tykes for computer users who don't know what they're doing, or for the extreme. What do? We tone it down to the extreme. Even Windows bitches, not recommended. Choose this only if you need to use programs that are not certified for Windows 7 because they do not support user account control, which I have used Windows 7 for almost a decade. Well, actually, no, I use it for more than a decade, and I have never encountered a program that actually had something like that. So, I don't know. I do not know whether it's going to require for the computer to restart, but whatever. We're going to have to go through this rigmarole only once, and then that's it. So it's gonna be installing all this bullshit. Please wait while Windows configures Microsoft Visual C++ 2005. My God. Hello? Yeah, you know, I'm gonna cut this. Okay, so it just finished. So I wouldn't see why it wouldn't work now. We're gonna find out. So, I'm gonna go here. And what kind of stupid bullshit does this piece of fucking... Okay, maybe it needs a reboot then. Shutting down. Shut it down! Shut it down. They know too much. Hey, on YouTube we don't allow anti-Semitic comments here. Okay. Gotta follow YouTube's community guidelines. Oh yeah, gotta follow YouTube's community guidelines. Community guidelines for hate speech. Yep. Yep. I'm following the community guidelines. I am following them. Yes, I do indeed love Bill Gates. Bill Gates created the best OS ever, that being Microsoft Windows. Microsoft Windows is the best OS ever. Said no one fucking ever, because it's ass. Oh, fuck you, man. Okay, so how the fuck... You know what? Okay, fine. You know what? This is probably something I should have done in the very first fucking place, but I didn't because I was trying to see, because I was trying to do it the nice way. But you know what? I'm getting fucking tired now, alright? So you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna see if this works. So we're gonna install 7-zip. Okay? Yep. Okay? Then over here. We go over here. And then 7-zip. Fuck! No, you fuck. Oh, okay. So you still did it anyways. You see? Since it's a self-extracting file, and for some bullshit reason it requires some retarded prerequisite, we are going to extract it ourselves with 7-zip. I probably should have done this in the very first place, but I didn't because I am an idiot. That's why. So, yeah, that is what we're gonna do. Because, fuck. No. You don't run an incompatibility mode, you fucking idiot. What? No. Shut up. Okay. New folder. Input. Okay. Extract. Okie dokie. So, now we're gonna finally install these stupid ass drivers. Now I know there's gonna be some people that are gonna be like, oh, no, you cannot install all the drivers at the same time, man. You gotta restart during each driver install. No, fuck off. I don't care. I could give less of fucking shits, okay? I always install all the drivers at the same time because I don't want to fucking waste my time having to reboot the goddamn computer every time this stupid ass driver installer tells me to. It is stupid and performative and a dumb waste of time that I don't fucking care. Okay? Only when I need to absolutely reboot the goddamn computer is when I'm gonna reboot the computer. So, what I'm trying to say is I'm gonna install all the drivers at once. No, I do not want to restart. Fuck off. Finish. Install. RightCop Media Driver version 2.11.01.02 is configuring your new software installation. Ooh, my new software installation. Holy shit, no fucking way, man. Oh my god. RightCop Media Driver. I think that's how you pronounce it. RightCop. Rickroll? Oh my Jesus, I'm fucking... Nope. Oh my god, this is audio. Ooh, audio. The version of this update package is currently newer. Is newer than the currently installed. Yes, that is exactly as to why I am installing the driver, you fucking idiot. A fucking dunce, I swear to God. Ooh. Yeah, fuck off. Ooh, you see? Fancy. Binary. No fucking way. 0111000 binary. Oh my god. I'm fucking going crazy, aren't I? You know, they got this scary looking warning right there. Warning, do not stop this process or install other Dell products while updating in progress. These actions may cause your system to become unstable. Oh my god, the computer is going to fuck up. Oh no. Would you like to reboot? No, I don't want to reboot. Fuck off. Finish. There's another one. I swear to God, this one's gonna bitch. Okay, good. This is the ST Electronics freefall sensor, the accelerometer. Accelerometer. That's how you pronounce it. Accelerometer. Next. Install. The Install Shield wizard is installing the accelerometer P11. Yep. Please wait while the drivers are installed. Now, then what the fuck was the other loading bar then? This fucking stupid bullshit. You know, if it hasn't been tailed already, I absolutely hate installing drivers because it's fucking boring, it's annoying, it's dumb. You know, look, if there's at least one thing Mac OS, you know, at least does better than Windows, shut the fuck up. That would be that, you know, when you install Mac OS on a Mac, obviously, not by a Hackintosh. If you install Mac OS onto an actual Mac, for example, you install Snow Leopard on a Unibody 2008 MacBook, the drivers are already installed. You don't need to install any drivers because they're already preloaded within the OS. So, you know, obviously, but that's how that's how Apple kind of kidifies Mac OS. Same with if you try and fucking change any goddamn setting in the system preferences every single fucking time and asks you, input your password. It's like on Linux too. You gotta be a root user to make these changes. Fuck you. And that's more annoying than user account control. It gets even worse when you're trying to install a package on Mac OS, and if Mac OS doesn't see that, it doesn't have the valid signatures that is within the package itself or the application itself, what it does is that it blocks it from running entirely. So you try and run it and it doesn't run. Sometimes Mac OS gives you an error telling you, oh my god, this is an unauthorized package file, this is an unauthorized application, you cannot be running this, this is not properly signed, blah 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 blah. And you know, you gotta drag your ass, you gotta drag your mouse cursor over to system preferences, and you gotta go to security, and then on security, in the stupid little security tab, it tells you, hey, you are trying to opt in this stupid application, you want to opt in it anyways? Yes, I want to opt in it anyways. Why the fuck do you think I clicked on it? You fucking clown. I swear. Maybe I just hate computers. What the fuck? Activate Bluetooth using the wireless switch. Are you telling me this thing doesn't have a Bluetooth? Doesn't have a Bluetooth antenna? What the fuck? There's no Bluetooth? Yeah. The wireless switch is on. Wireless switch is configured that means it would shut off all wireless devices. It's on every wireless device. Okay. Okay. I see how it is. We don't have a Bluetooth device installed on this machine. So I was up there fucking ranting and I didn't even notice that. So this is the biometrics driver for the stupid you know, the fingerprint reader that's on this thing. So yeah, what we're just gonna do is that we're gonna install Windows. Well, we already installed Windows, and you know, obviously install drivers. That's it. Okay, I am not gonna really bother installing a lot of other applications. That's gonna be later, cause you know that's a whole other. I gotta go through even more setup wizards, and you know it's like it is incredibly boring. Automatically run WinSat. Yep, yeah, do your thing. I don't give a shit, bro. Okay, as long as you install the stupid fucking driver, I don't care. You know, I have to probably install Macrium. I think that's how you pronounce it. Macrium Reflect on this Optiplex. This stupid Optiplex, because I have it installed on my Precision, but I don't have it installed on the Optiplex though. In fact, I think there is only one computer I have that I even bothered installing. What do you call it? Macrium Reflect, and that was only my Precision 7730. That was it. I didn't bother installing it on any other computer, because I'm kind of a fucking dumbass. I probably should have been doing that, but I fucking didn't. And I don't know where the hell the setup files are. I'm gonna have to find them. So this is for the wireless card. This stupid setup. Ooh, oh my god. Ooh, how fancy. Creating system restore point. Bro, just don't fucking take forever, okay? Caching the ProSet wireless Wi-Fi software. Installing the Intel Wi-Fi. Okay, so now we're gonna find out if this thing actually does have an Intel wireless card, or if this thing uses Dell's own Broadcom wireless card, or if this thing potentially even uses another type of wireless card, such as a Theranos card. I think this thing uses a Intel card though. I don't think it actually uses Dell's True Mobile or whatever the fuck they call those Broadcom cards. It's a Broadcom card that's packaged into a Dell card. So yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is, yeah, I mean, yeah, you see it shows the little star right there showing that there's networks nearby, access points nearby. So yeah, Intel ProSet / wireless Wi-Fi software. Installing. Come on, hurry the fuck up. I don't have all day. Hurry up! Come on, I want to move on to the next goddamn computer, you fucking slow piece of shit, I swear. The camcorder shows 2 bars. Oh, okay. So it's just gonna quit. It wouldn't give out installation complete successfully. Okay. Whatever. Let's check device management then. So, device manager. What do we have here? What secrets do we have here? Well, it didn't seem to install the biometrics driver correctly. It still complains about that. It seems it didn't install the TPM driver either, nor did it install another random ass driver. Either way, these are drivers I don't give a shit about, so we aren't gonna bother installing them. I don't fucking care. We're gonna reboot the computer. See if the drivers are all good. Should be all good. I wouldn't think it would fuck anything up, right? And yeah. It's trying. Camera's trying. Well, I mean, I don't want it to look at me. I want you to look at the computer. Whatever, man. I don't fucking care. What if I adjust? Yeah. Okay. So you see? Full resolution. Full resolution. There we go. Yep. Full resolution. Jesus Christ, it is 5 before 4. Huh. There's no way in hell it took this long. Oh my god. So yeah, there we go. You see, there's the Windows 7 install finally is complete. Really, I mean, you finally installed the stupid ass drivers, or at least the majority of ones I actually fucking gave a shit about. And I mean, yeah, you know, you see now you see, because we have installed the drivers. You see, now we have the arrow interface. Ooh, fancy transpiration, reflections. Ooh, yeah, whatever, man. Yep. So yeah, that is, yeah, I'm gonna install whatever I would need to install some other time. I'm not gonna do it right now. Oh my fucking god, are you Jesus Christ, was I fucking paying attention to what I was doing? Look at this crazy mistake I made. I fucking called the computer the Latitude E4300, not the E4310, like the fucking dipshit I am. Jesus Christ. Okay, whatever. I don't fucking care. Yep. So that is the Dell Latitude E4310, and now has a hard drive again, and now has Windows 7 again, and yeah, yep, that's it. So I can unplug this shit. Oh my good god. So yeah, you know, that was very educational install, you know. Here we go, you see? See, that was a very educational install of how you would install Windows 7 on a Dell Latitude E4310. You see, it's a very easy installation, you know, super easy. You know, obviously all you do is I obviously don't have an official copy of Windows 7 on DVD, nor would I even bother doing it on DVD either, you know, or else the installer would take even more longer time. You know, obviously what you do, you get yourself the ISO off online, you know, use Rufus. I mean, I use Rufus. If you use Rufus, you will know how to use Rufus. Rufus is super easy to use. Obviously, all you gotta do is, you know, you select the target USB, such as this one I was using to install Windows 7, you know. Then from there you select the ISO, you select, you change any parameters you would need to change, and then, you know, from there you would just need to from there you will, you know, obviously you plug it in
to the stupid USB port that's on the computer. That's a USB, yes. That's the USB eSATA combo. I mean, there's a stupid USB port on the machine. And then from there, obviously F12 is the boot selector, and yeah, boots the USB. Goes to the setup. Windows 7 setup is next, and yeah. Very easy Windows 7 install. Install the drivers. Yeah. So now that Windows 7 is installed, now what I'm going to have to do is I'm gonna have to on that compact right there, I'm going to have to I don't think I have anything important to say. I mean, why the fuck should I? That thing is almost 30 years old. I'm just gonna initialize the drive, and yeah, install Windows 98 2nd edition for possibly the 500th time. Yep. Yeah, so that's gonna be very fun. I don't know if I'll record that. Probably I will. But yep. Then it's the same bullshit process I was done with the E4310, but this time it's using Windows 98, which Windows 98 is such a good OS. It's very stable. The Windows 9X kernel is a very stable kernel. It's totally not a piece of shit that crashes all the time. Nope. Microsoft only makes good quality products. Okay, fuck, I don't fucking care. Whatever, that's it.